Hey guys, so today is Monday, February 9th, and it's around 7 p.m. And today I'm 23 weeks and 2 days pregnant, which is crazy to think. But if you haven't seen my gender ultrasound video, then I'm going to go ahead and tell you I'm having a boy, and I'm really, really excited. And here are some of the pictures that I got, and he made it very, very obvious that he is a boy. And there's his little heartbeat, and it was at 143, which has been really consistent throughout this pregnancy. It's usually been in the lower 140s, and my appointment went pretty well for the most part. Everything looks good, everything looks fine. He was, well, I don't know how they figured this out, but they told me that he weighed 1 pound and 5 ounces, and he is in the 56th percentile. God, that's a tongue twister. But overall, he looks great, and he was just so, just precious to me on the ultrasound. It was so funny. Like, if you heard the ultrasound tech, like, he was reaching down trying to grab his feet, and he just made me fall like more in love with him. It was just the sweetest thing ever. But anyways, so I just want to kind of go through the appointment that I actually saw my OB on Thursday. So that was really nice to actually have him instead of just like a midwife. But for the most part, like I said, everything was positive. There's just a few concerns that he had, which we're just kind of monitoring and watching closely just to see like where things go from here. But the main things that he kind of brought up to me that could be like a potential concern was that I'd had like a lot. He said I had a lot of sugar in my urine, and I shouldn't hardly ever have it. And he said when you're pregnant, it's more likely, but I shouldn't have as much as I did. Which I drank a lot of like sweet tea prior to that appointment, and he said that could be it. So we're not gonna like jump to conclusions or anything. So I guess my next appointment, I'll just drink a lot of water and see if it's different on my next appointment. Let me look here. He said that my AFP was elevated, which I haven't researched that because I just haven't wanted to like freak myself out. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I'm sure it has something to do with like the levels in my blood or something. But again, a lot of these things are just kind of precautionary, so I'm not going to get ahead of myself and like worry every day about it. And also he had mentioned that like when he was running the test on my blood, that there was some kind of level in my blood. I'm not sure what it's called or what the actual terminology for it is, but it's some level that indicates there could be something having to do with Down syndrome or spina bifida. However, before like I get excited about it, he said that the baby's spine looks perfectly normal. On every ultrasound they've done so far, he looks great and perfect. So we don't have any reason other than the blood test to think that something could be along that line. But I had mentioned that to my mom, and she said that the same thing happened with me and both of my brothers, and we turned out fine. So again, that could just be like more of a hereditary or genetic kind of passed down thing. I don't know enough about the medical field to actually validate that, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to freak out or anything. And let's see here. My next appointment is Thursday, February 26th, and that's going to be my DMS sugar test. And I think that's where you drink that orangey syrup stuff. And I don't know if they like do blood work or how they measure that. I'm sure they'll probably draw blood and just, I guess, check my sugar levels to make sure I don't have gestational diabetes, which I hope not, because diabetes runs really, really heavy on my dad's side of the family. But for the most part, it was just typical appointment, and like I said, overall, my son, he looks perfect. Like we don't think there's anything wrong. So a lot of this, I think, is just things that they have to kind of tell us, just to kind of give us a heads up type deal. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm a person of faith, so I'm just going to put my trust in God, and that even if something is wrong, I really believe that God heals, and God is the healer. But the probably the most scary news that I received on Thursday was he had found something. He didn't diagnose me or validate this in any way, shape, or form. He was really vague about it, which kind of makes me worry a little bit more. But he just found something in my blood that I don't know exactly what I should call it. I guess a condition maybe, or a virus or whatever, that I could have for a lifetime, and I could pass it to the baby. But he did say that he was going to like put me on medicine to prevent that. But however, he said, I'm not sure if you actually have this or not. He said it was just a level in your blood that made us think that you could have this. So again, I'm just trying to be calm and not freak out about a lot of this stuff. And there was only one more thing. I have a negative blood type. I'm A negative, and he said that can cause a problem if your baby has a positive blood type. So again, I don't want to get ahead of myself and worry so much, but like I said, for the most part, it was pretty positive. So I'm just going to continue praying and just trusting that everything's going to be okay. And other than that, I already had this folder. It's kind of funny that it's like camo and orange, but I'm just putting like all of my like appointments and ultrasounds, and there's like a little DVD I have my ultrasounds on, and just like payments and stuff in here. So yeah, that's helping keep me organized so I don't misplace stuff, because if I don't put it there, I will definitely lose it for sure. But otherwise, we have done a lot of shopping for him lately, and I went to the thrift store and I got a ton of stuff for like $40. I couldn't believe we got all this stuff. So I will go ahead and show you guys that.